polite is our free session from you. So what do you actually teach the CEOs, like the business leaders?
Yeah.
What they get
So
from this? Welcome to Coffee with CEO, and today we have Mr. Sahil, who is author and life coach. So welcome, Mr. Sahil. How are you?
yeah, I'm good, Sarthak. Thank you. How are you?
Thanks a lot. I'm fine. I'm really great. So Sahil, can you please tell about yourself, like what you do, because our audience is so interested to know about you.
Okay, so I am an author, researcher, and a life coach. I'm also a martial artist, a yogi, and a healer. I write books, I write articles. Basically, what I write is self-development stuff, and I've written a couple of books, out of which two of the books are so-called best-selling. They are titled "Life the Way You Design" Part One and Part Two. So both the books are an amalgamation of our modern sciences of physiology and psychology and our ancient sciences of yoga, tantra, and Vedanta. And both the books are admired and reviewed by many spiritual masters, business leaders, and celebrities as well. And what I do in life coaching is similar to this. Okay, so I work with multinationals, PSU, small scale, medium scale enterprises. I also work with individuals coming from various walks of life, but basically they are at a certain leadership position. So I'm in this field of coaching, consultancy, and training from past almost 16 years now. So this is
16
what I do.
years.
Yeah, 16, 1 6,
Wow,
16, close to 2 decades.
that's really great. That's really great. Like you're from 16 years and you are teaching CEOs and the business leaders. So how is like experience like teaching a business leader, because they have a different aura and definitely they have different energy.
Yeah, that is true. So generally, when we talk about people at leadership position or any person who is into self development, they have already done a lot in their life, in the sense that they have learned a lot in their life. All right, so they may be performing well or not in other sectors of life is a different thing. But the thing is that many leaders have gone through a lot of training. They have done many self development programs, and then after they come to life coaching programs. So it is sort of, I can say, a master's course or a PhD course when we do one-to-one sessions specifically. So what I do is come into three categories. One is one-to-one coaching. One is I organize workshop or I consult to organizations, and then there is trainings. So the training part is something that the need analysis is already done by the corporates. Okay, so it is a completely different part. We just go there and give training on the specific subjects. The second part is organizing a workshop or giving business consultancy. So in that, what we do is we work with organizations, and then we create a roadmap depending upon the objective of the organization and their current status. And then we create a roadmap. It will be maybe for 2 months, 6 months, or a year. And depending upon the requirements, depending upon the strategy, we'll do weekly consultation or once in 15 days consultation come training. So this is basically what I do.
That's great. So Sahil, I have one question, that there are two things.
Yeah.
First one is
Mhm.
personal coaching, the second one is business coaching. Can you
Mm.
please tell me about that? Like what is the difference between both of them?
So the thing is, Sarthak, that life coaching is a generic term, right? And it is a very big umbrella. So you see that this word life coaching probably came into limelight only in past 2 or 3 decades. The term life coaching, all right. And whatever we do in life coaching has been done from, you can say, centuries. The methods and the approach have changed, but it has been done since centuries. So, life coaching now is a very broader term, and many people come into this category. So, someone is giving wellness coaching. He or she also comes into the category of life coaching. Someone is giving business consultancy. He or she also can come into the category of life coaching. But basically, the process that has been defined in life coaching is in simple language. If I have to explain this, it is asking questions and then leading the person or the person's attention to the actual problem or to the actual goal. So there is a set process of life coaching that needs to be followed. So it can be done for wellness coaching. It can be also done for business coaching. Now,
Great.
when we talk about business coaching, it is specifically based on business. When we talk about wellness coaching, it is specifically based upon wellness. When we talk about spiritual coaching, it is specifically focused on spirituality. But whatever we coach in the long term, if it is a long term project, what we do is we also cover other sectors of life, because a leader may be a very good leader already and he may be doing a lot of things very well. But if he or she is having certain issues in his or her personal life, that may impact his work performance. So in order to address that, we need to also see the other sectors of life. So it is all intertwined. That's why the broader term life coaching.
Great. So Sahil, since you explained me all these things, and like I'm also running a company, so
Mhm.
first of all, I deserve a free session from you. So what do you actually teach the CEOs, like the business leaders?
Yeah.
What they
So
get from your session?
yeah, very interesting question. Okay, so there are certain protocols, and there are certain what we can say is essentials that needs to be that needs before we start the life coaching process. So they are very general. So it doesn't matter if someone is a CEO, is a business owner, or he or she is self-employed, or he or she is a householder. The very first thing is that we need to understand what I want.
Hmm.
Okay, what I
Yeah.
want in my life. First thing. Second thing, what I need from a life coach, from a life coaching program. So let's say if we are talking about business leader, first we need to do is a need analysis, that what the person needs. So like you said,
Hmm.
you deserve a first session. I'll give you 2 sessions free because the first session is anyway free, exploratory session it is called. So first we
Oh,
understand the need of the person, and then depending upon that we create a roadmap. We set certain plans, we do certain trial and error, and then we go. So when it comes to leadership position, if the goals are related to business, then coaching will go in that way. If let's say he or she is having some problems in maintaining work life balance, then coaching will proceed in that particular direction. Let's say he or she is extremely successful in maintaining his relationship or her relationship, and even he or she is good in business, but he has that spiritual urge to know. Okay, so now he is extremely successful in his or her business, but now he or she wants to give, the leader wants to give, then the coaching will go in separate direction.
okay. I have one
So this
question.
is how it
Suppose
is.
we are the startup founders, and
Hmm.
we guys are actually surrounded with a lot of pressure. Pressure related to
Hmm.
society. If you are a student founder, pressure related to academics, pressure related to relationship, and there are a lot of factors we have. Like, are you able to help us?
Yeah, so this is very good point. And as a leader, what you need is the ability to handle pressure.
Yeah.
You know,
So we need guidance
there
from you
are
then.
yeah. So the point is, so Donald Trump. Now there is elections are going on in USA. Donald Trump, he was once asked, what is that single most factor that separates successful people from failures? So he said that it is ability to handle pressure. Right. So as a leader, you need to have that ability to handle pressure. Now, pressure are of two kinds. Sarthak. One is internal and second is external. All right. Even in that, there are two types of pressure. One is that the trigger is external, but it is we who have generated the pressure,
Yeah.
right?
It's all about
And
mindset.
then yeah, it is about mindset. So there are certain pressures. So let's say if you are working on a project and there is a deadline approaching, then we can understand that it is an external pressure. Okay.
Hmm.
But let's say if let's say you said that there is pressure from the society. So there is another type of pressure, that what if I fail in this particular project? Huh? Then I will have to listen to people around me. I'll मतलब वो कहते हैं ना कि दुनिया में सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग, what will people think about me? Now that type of pressure is something that we have generated. So
Yeah.
we need to identify those two types of pressure. Which one is actual pressure and which one is self-generated? We
Hmm.
need to train our brain to identify these two types of pressure and then deal with those pressures accordingly.
That's an amazing insight. I learned something
Thank
today.
you.
That's
Thank
what
you.
really amazing. Thanks for it. First of all. So,
Thank you, sir.
Sahil, when it comes to an author and life coach, because my target audience is also the students, so
Hmm.
I know they will be so inspired to hear you first of all. So, I would like to know that how to become a life coach and how they can associate with you if they want.
Okay. So for students, so very first thing that we need to understand is that life coaching or self development is a process that starts from the day you are born and will end till the day you die. All right. From the day we are born, we constantly change physically, mentally, emotionally, right? Now, this can be done either consciously or this can be done unconsciously. Unconsciously, it is anyway, it will happen. So we can set a direction that this is the direction that I want to grow and evolve. All right. And this is not one time task or 1 year task. It is a lifetime task. You have to consciously be aware about where you are going in your life and different sectors of life. First thing. Second thing, that once you have decided, then you can strategize, because most of the viewers are students. It is important for them because they are not earning anything, and life coaching one to one is a premium thing. Okay. So the thing is that what an individual can does is create a roadmap on his own and set a budget, right? That this much this year I will invest. So it can be 500 or it can be 5 lakhs, right? But the thing is that it should be in accordance with your capacity, spending capacity, first thing. And then you have to decide where I will invest my time, energy, and effort. So maybe let's say this financial year you can decide that I will invest only in books. Okay. Next year you can decide that okay, my income has increased, so now I will invest in some digital courses. Third, then when as you grow in life, you maybe you are earning more, then you can invest in workshops. So this is something that we need to have in mind first, that this is an ongoing process and it is not trial and error thing. Okay.
So basically,
Second thing.
life coaching is basically first of all investment in yourself, developing your mindset, and then eventually developing the others' mindset. What I got
Exactly.
actually.
Yeah, exactly. But it is a systematic investment. And when it comes to become a life coach, understand that life coach is not everybody's cup of tea.
So difficult because if you want to coach someone about life, you have to be sorted by own ways. Like we entrepreneurs, our life is entirely destroyed with all the things. We don't know what will happen the next.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
after the meet,
So it is
I may have like multiple meetings and boom, no schedule.
exactly. So it is difficult to handle our own problems. It becomes extremely difficult to handle other people's problem if we are not capable enough to understand our own problems. I'm not saying that as a life coach you don't get problems. You get a lot of problems. Right? You yourself get into a lot of conflicts. It happens. Okay. But it is your ability to understand the situation and then trade accordingly. First thing. Okay. The second thing is becoming a life coach. If someone is thinking that I want to make a career in life coach because the earning is good or the lifestyle is good, and then you try to become a life coach, you are very welcome to do it. But let me tell you with experience that you may not go for the long run. Now, see, this time is that life coaching is a booming industry. All right. To one extent, I'll tell you this, that it is going to be a bubble. It is a bubble. All right. It is a small bubble, but it is a bubble. People are going crazy about life coaching. Okay. They themselves want to become a life coach, and they want to do certification programs. But understand that it is not that simple. Okay. So it is not everybody's cup of tea. First thing. So if you
Exactly.
want to become a life coach, you need to answer a couple of questions first. The very first thing is why. And this is generic. Whatever you want to do, you need to first understand why you want to do that. What is your agenda behind? All right. Second thing, you need to evaluate what are your actual skill sets. Okay. So I may not be a very good life coach, but I'm an extremely good follower. I may not be a very good leader, but I'm an extremely good follower. So I may hold a position right under a leader that will help me grow with the organization and with the leader. Okay.
Yeah.
But because someone is having certain skills and he or she is doing extremely well in certain business, let's say life coaching, and because he or she is having that success, so I want to do it. Okay. So in my book, this part two, I have explained three different forces. One is anti-desire, one is elusive desire, one is counter desires. So elusive desires are those desires that I think I want, but I actually not want it. Okay. So you need to see this, that if you want to become a life coach or whatever it is that you want to become, is it an authentic desire that comes from the inside, or just because you have seen certain people doing extremely well in that particular area and so you want it? Okay. So this is something that we need to see
That's
first.
great, Sahil. I really get inspired by your words, and yeah, I should also start
Thank
life
you.
coaching. But yeah, we really lack time.
Mhm.
But that's really great that you are doing. So it was really inspiring talking to you. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
sir.
much for the podcast. It is really great.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure talking to you, Sarthak. I really enjoyed it. Thank you
Thank
for
you so
having me here.
much. Thank you so much for the podcast.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.